Oh my God, this is impromptu because I guess it's been out for about 17 minutes now, but Trump is not signing the stimulus bill that Congress passed. So I'm just in disbelief. I wanted to make a video for you guys. Some of my other videos have been having sound problems. I don't even know what to say right now. Thanks to the 6 of you that are popping on. So it's on Twitter. Let me see if I can drop a link in the chat for you guys. I wish I could share my screen and replay this Twitter clip. I can't even believe this. Like, it took so much time for Congress to even agree and get everything negotiated. Like, I think I'm just going to read some of the text that I come up with. Somebody's asking what happened. Trump did not sign off on the stimulus bill. He didn't. So you guys, I'm sure, I know that there's lots of other channels. I know you guys watch other channels besides mine. So everybody was like, yeah, the Treasury or whoever it is, the IRS says that they can get us stimulus checks next week, starting the week of December 28th. But what I'm hearing, and I don't know, I'm not good at politics. It's my understanding that the House and the Senate can overwrite this, and we expect that that's what they're going to do. But the president had also signed off on this. And like, if all these YouTubers knew that this was what was in the bill, like, there's no way that he didn't know that the president didn't know what was in the bill. Like, couldn't he have said, hey guys, like, don't waste your time on this because I'm not going to sign it unless it has X, Y, and Z in it. It's crazy. I'm mad. I'm so sorry for you guys. I'm so sorry that yesterday I made a video that was like, I have no reason to think that this wouldn't be passed, because I didn't have a reason to think that. I didn't have a reason to think that. He had said processing this right now, and I'm processing it with you guys. I don't know why Tibet's in the stimulus package. I don't know why some of this stuff is in there. Somebody was asking about like illegal streaming. And I'll tell you what, I don't exactly know why illegal streaming was in there, but that's not like about like you and me sharing our Netflix password or Disney Plus password. That's for corporations that are streaming. So, for example, when movie theaters shut down, you'll see so many pop up like drive-in movie theaters, right? Like on blow up screens. Here in Los Angeles County, we've got this tiny little old Santa Monica airport. They're showing drive-in movies there. They've probably not been paying the studios the proper fees like a movie theater would. And maybe studios and movie theaters don't need help, but you know who hopes to go back to their movie theater job when all this is over? Your girl Shelly's Millions. I love that job. And when other people cut in and they don't pay the same fees that the movie theater does, it's more dangerous that we won't ever come back from this. And a lot of people are employed by movie theaters. Trump can veto the bill, but it's my understanding that the House and Congress can overturn that. Let me read and see. Let me calm down. Because like I'm wearing jammies, you guys. I'm wearing Taco Bell jammies. And I was like, how do I get this video out to people quickly? And I was like, let me just go live. Let me go live in my Taco Bell jammies at 5:00 on a Tuesday. And even though I'm still in my pajamas, that's because I was researching more information for you guys about what was going to be in this stimulus bill and how it was all going to play out. So I guess it's out the window for us to get stimulus checks next week. So what I'm hearing is that Congress, the House and the Senate, do have the power to overturn this, but that they're not going to do it until the 28th. Let me see if I have any different information. AUB is one of my subscribers. Yeah, Trump wants 2,000 instead of 600, and that's great. He said that before. His staff stopped him from saying that. I don't know if I don't know if they're going to put that in there. Like, because we've known for days what was in this bill, right? So there's no way that Trump didn't know what was potentially going to be in the bill. if you had a staff, right? If you were a manager, why would you let your staff, your team, why would you let them spend their time, a lot of time, contemplating these things if you knew you weren't going to approve it? That's not a good use of time. It's just not. Somebody's saying, fuck this world. Let's try and, you guys, I don't, I know a lot of people are like, let's riot, let's protest. That's not the way. Kindness is the way, and understanding for others is the way. Yeah, abolishers saying the bill will pass whether or not Trump wants to sign it. But like, will people like Bernie Sanders who wanted a bigger check, are they gonna suddenly like change their mind? I don't. Oh my God! Don't protest. Don't protest. I mean, protest, but like, don't go out there with virus cases on the rise like this. Write to your Congress people. Call your Congress people. Be active, but be home and be safe and be kind to each other. I just don't get this. I don't get it. And I'm so sorry, because myself included, I'm sending out videos to you guys, and I want you guys to be able to trust me. And yesterday, here I am saying I have no reason to think that this won't pass. So I'm going to go ahead. Sorry, I have like an air conditioner. I don't want it to make noise in the background. Like, I feel like I wouldn't have shared that if I didn't feel certain that was going to pass, I know it's going to be okay. Joan's saying it's going to be okay. It is going to be okay. It's going to be okay. I'm just sad because I thought that stuff was going to happen, and it looked like it was so certain. I don't get it this whole time though. Like, I haven't got it. Like, I don't want to be disrespectful to any president. He's the president. He was voted in, but I don't get why he wasn't more involved if he wasn't going to sign off on it. Like, why don't you tell your people, hey, you got to make X, Y, and Z happen or else you don't have my support? But he knew what was in it, and he said he would sign off on it. I don't get it. Let's see what some of your comments and thoughts are. Ashley saying, God bless us all. I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to cry. I'm just like frustrated. I do sometimes cry when I'm frustrated. I'm a crier though. Don't worry about me. I'm fine. I'm fine. You guys are going to be fine. But I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed. Okay, so I do care. And I don't see how he wasn't in the room with them fighting for the things that he wanted to be in the bill. Like, he's been pretty quiet through all this. Like, can't he just go in there? And can't he but can't he encourage them to like work together? And as the president, like, can't he be like, I'm the president, and nudge, nudge, please do it this way? Like, that's what a good leader does. A good leader takes people that don't want to do things and he nudges them the way. You know what I'm saying? Sorry. Oh my God. Okay, let me read some more comments. He's crazy. That's why. I'm a little crazy. We're all a little crazy, but like, I don't get this. Okay. So Not Down said, watching Trump's speech. Oh yeah, I was going to try and link that for you guys. I'm going to try and comment on my own live have you guys seen it? Can you guys let me know in the comments? I'm not trying to read these comments in any kind of order today. Just let you guys vent over there in the comments. My notification's on. My computer's going to be dinging. I don't know how to turn it off. But yeah. Okay. So what I don't think he will sign, Chris, before the week is out, because he also, you guys got to remember, he just declared December 24th a national holiday or a federal holiday or whatever. He's not even planning on being there after tomorrow. Like, how are they going to take everything out that he's saying he wants out and put in the $2,000 stimulus checks? Anthony's saying nothing's happening now. No, well, not necessarily nothing. It is my understanding that the House and the Senate, they can override his veto, and it's expected that they will, but they're saying that won't happen now until probably December 28th. Let me see. I'm going to check my messages, see if I can, I'm sure other channels like Meet Kevin, I'm sure he and Dr. Nitin Chandra, I might not be saying his name wrong. I'm sure they live streamed that Twitter thing. So if I'm not able to link this in the chat right now, I'll definitely pin it in a comment after I'm done ranting. And I maybe will try and take some questions about this, except for we're all back up in the air. Let me see. My friend is saying, and this is just a friend, it's not my opinion, I'm just going to read this live, so I don't quite know what it says. Also of note, President Trump's Treasury Secretary was a key member of the negotiations that landed on this COVID relief package. They knew exactly what was in this bill before Congress took it up and passed it with overwhelming veto-proof majorities in both chambers. She has some choice comments about Trump. He knows very well this is veto-proof. But like, when are they going to vote on it? Because like, or like pass a revised version or whatever. That's what I'm concerned about, is like how the timeline of this, because what I was preparing for, Felicia, I don't think they're going to retro pay it. I think that ship has sailed. B Corp, the key is the type of bill. This is omnibus, which means he can do whatever he feels is needed for the people, like the wall funds initially for military, but put for the wall. This is crazy with a K. Ace says Trump knew about it. It's political. He wants to make himself look like the hero exposing the government. But isn't he the leader of the government? Like, that's the part that I don't get. Like, even things like where they say that he won't talk to Pelosi or Pelosi won't talk to him or whatever. Like, I have a boss and I respect him very much. I like him. I've been texting him about this before I hopped on to do this live. If I wasn't talking to him, since he's my boss, it would be his job to either smooth it so that we were talking, or I would go to HR and say, my boss isn't talking to me. And they would like either make us sit down or probably fire him if he also wasn't trying to get us to talk. Like, Izzy's asking, what about unemployment? It's all up in the air now. And even a tiny delay, especially since he's declared December 24th a holiday, we're out of time to get this done without experiencing gaps in payments. It's just that simple. There were probably going to be gaps in payments anyway, but now this bill was 6,000 pages. And I want to say something else. At the beginning of his video, he said there's not time to read the bill. And that's true. But yesterday, before I made my video, it got up so late, I could have copied what Meet Kevin said. I could have copied what other people say because they're pretty trusted sources, but I don't want to do that. So what I did is I opened up that bill and I typed in, and like it's like find, and it'll find keywords. I typed in the word unemployment, and then I just kept hitting find next, find next, find next until I had read everything about unemployment. And before I made that video, I looked up the word taxes. I was like, hey, what's going on for the movie theaters? Because I heard that there might be some stimulus money in for them. So I wanted to look that element up. I looked up something else. 401k, because I was considering taking a withdrawal out of my 401k. So, I guess as the president, you got to care about the whole bill, right? And as an individual, like, I only care about elements. I'm going to just be honest about that. So I get that, but like, why wasn't he more involved in the process then? Like, that's the part I don't get. What a Chef Francisco, your unemployment is probably going to have gaps and delays. AUB says, I didn't hold my breath and didn't expect anything positive from the crooks and cons. Ben, hi, Ben. Crap, are we really in this situation where he vetoed this? Wow, just wow. Yeah, Ben, I haven't been looking at the comments very much, so I'm not sure. But yeah, I was in shock. I'm calming down a little bit. You guys are helping me calm down. There's just going to be delays. I still think that there's going to be the 11 weeks, whoop-de-doo. Or maybe, what if they cut the 11 weeks down to make room for the $2,000 stimulus checks? Like, what do they have to cut to get this done? Or will they just override his veto and like put it through as it already is, because it has passed both chambers? I don't know how that works exactly. I'm not into politics. I'm real good with money. That's why and I've become like I have never read a bill before the one that I looked at yesterday. But I'm certainly learning now. Okay, let's see here. Somebody's saying they stole my screenshot, which is totally fine because I think mine was just a screenshot of something else. Let me see. Let me ask my boss, because my boss, he is really good at politics. And it's funny how I call him my boss even though I'm furloughed. I guess he's still my boss while I'm furloughed, but neither one of us are employed. And he's been with the company 24 years, and I've been with it 25 years. Yeah, just come on over and vent in the chat. Just be nice to each other. I'm not reading comments from the chat. Just letting you guys know what's going on. So there's going to be delays. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that this is not what I was expecting. As a matter of fact, like when I woke up this morning, I thought we were going to see news that the president has signed off on it already. Remember how I was on the last live chat? I don't know if you guys were on here. There was an Oklahoma senator that also expressed frustration at not having time to read the whole bill. Like, who has time to read all 5,000 pages anyway? That's like it's the world's longest novel. It's almost 6,000 pages. They weren't going to actually read it anyway. Trump wants the cabinet to fix this. If he wanted that, why didn't he encourage that earlier on? Even, yeah, if your unemployment says come back on the 3rd, you probably have dates that you can certify. But I don't know. Uh-oh. Okay. Let me just ask my boss. How does the House, this is really how fast I text, how fast is the House and Senate able to overwrite his veto? And will they? Because I think on paper, it sounds good to get $2,000 versus $600. But the thing is, they were ready to get that $600 out to us next week, and now that's not going to happen. And Biden was already talking about doing another stimulus package anyway. Okay, AUB says I'm out of here. You're welcome. Lesson learned. Bye, AUB. Okay. I guess I'll look at some comments in the chat now. So my expected timeline is, so now what we're looking at is we're looking at the House and the Senate to override this. And I'm hearing that they won't do that until Monday, December 28th. And then of course we have a holiday that week as well. Yep, it's a bump in the road, that's for sure. Trump doesn't want to leave. He's waiting for January 6th. I was just obviously I was doing the math in my head about how close next week will put us to January 5th. Let me know in the comments, do you guys see it as a good thing that Trump's trying to get us $2,000? I also, it's hard for me to imagine that this would help that Georgia runoff at all. Joseph said, what happened? He came late. So Trump did not sign off on the stimulus bill like we thought he would. So that means that the House and the Senate, okay, it takes a 2/3 vote by them to override, is what my boss says. And let me say, and how fast can that happen? So, it's just delays is really all it will be. There is a lot of stuff in the bill, but also since it was an omnibus, right? And I think it was supposed to talk about other kinds of spending. Okay, Ben says, I don't think he will veto it. He's just saying he doesn't like this. No, he said he won't sign it. He didn't exactly veto it, but saying you're not going to sign, isn't that the same thing? 300 times 11 equals 3,300. So 2K might not be that bad. But is it going to take longer to get it to us? That's kind of of course I would rather have $2,000 than have $600 and the unemployment boost. But all of this delays it. Shelly, you know what this means? People on Fed Ed will be put on it now. No 11 weeks of PEUC. Okay, while I've got everybody here, secret piece of information. It's maybe not secret and it's maybe not right. But I thought people on Fed Ed would either have their Fed Ed or extended benefits paused while they were put back on PEUC, or they would just be put back on PEUC. Now what I'm hearing is that they were going to be required to finish their Fed Ed anyway and then be put on PEUC. But like somebody for me, I'm going on to Fed Ed probably next week if I get approved and everything. So by the time that's 13 weeks. So by the time those 13 weeks are over, what was going to be really left of the extensions anyway? Nothing. 777 Cumming says Hollywood, NASCAR, foreign countries, billions of dollars to these lobbyists. Pelosi is a crook. Open your eyes, people. Trump is about America. He will not sign that garbage bill. I mean, sometimes there's things in there that aren't clear. Like I mentioned the streaming earlier in this platform. Like it's not about you and me sharing our Netflix passwords. It's about corporations streaming for profit and probably not giving proceeds to the proper people. And it trickles down to people like me who worked in a movie theater, because if anybody can just stream, charge admissions, but not give the studios or movie theaters part of the revenue, then that puts my job in jeopardy. And I do hope to go back to that job once this is over. Freddie says illegals ain't getting shit. But the thing, they weren't going to in this bill anyway. People that didn't have a social security number, they weren't going to get anything anyway. So just because I marry somebody from a foreign country, but I live here, and that I would like to think that if they're married, that probably means that they're going through the process of becoming a legal citizen. So yeah, maybe they don't get the money until they're a legal citizen, but if I'm born here and my kids are born here, I don't think they should be excluded. And that's the only people that were getting that money anyway. Chelsea's on PEUC. Are we headed for a government shutdown? No. Ooh, wait, I don't know the answer to that, because the bill approved funding through September of, let me ask my boss because he'll know. The bill approved a new budget through September 30th, but the bill just was not signed. I don't think unemployment will end. It's just going to be a pause in getting our benefits. Chris says, I don't know, 11 months into this, just don't facepalm. The American people suffer in these dirty politics, go home comfortably. Freddie G says 1800. So the 1800 would be, so like, let's say that I go to Mexico and I fall in love, right? And he comes back on a proper visa and he overstays his visa and we get married while he's here or whatever. And we start the process of making him become a legal citizen, but he is not yet. I think this is how this works. So the bill, and I've had 2 kids with him while we're waiting for him to become a legal citizen. And the path to become a legal citizen does take a really long time. So we're married, living our best life, got 2 kids. He's not legal, but I am. I'm born here, raised here, had our kids here. So I would qualify for 600. My child would qualify for 600. My second child would qualify for 600. So that's how that was going to work. So Andy's saying, what happened? What's going on? The president did not sign the stimulus bill is what's going on. 2020 has been so sad. So hopefully that means that only good things are coming in 2021. We need a bill that has retroactive payments. Francisco, I almost called you Francesca. Francisco, I'm with you on that, but I think that ship has sailed. Okay. If he vetoes it, this is from my boss, if he vetoes it, they could do it quickly, but they have to be in session. So, so does him not signing it mean it's vetoed? Because I thought it did. And are they not In session / when will they be in session again? Sorry, we're all going through this at the same time. In session again. And maybe I'll end this soon and I'll just call my boss and he can explain it to me. At this point, we need a miracle. Christmas miracle. Chris says, thank God I saved the 600 unemployment from last time for a rainy day. Yes. Sherry says, Biden's not going into the White House and this country is going to open up again. 2021 will be better. I hope so. No, nothing if the bill doesn't come to law. What a joke. We are all slaves. If Americans had not been funds down, what? And sheepish, we would have put an end to this. I pray for everyone's mental health and resilience. Yeah, I just mainly wanted you guys to know that this happened. And that I was wrong yesterday when I made a video saying, it's gonna pass. Not yet. Okay. About continued resolution / government shut down. Okay, let's see. No, I don't. No, please don't riot. Just be kind to each other. Someone's saying it's dumbed down, probably the way I was explaining something. I explain it to you guys the way I think of it in my head, and I could have some things wrong. Like I say, I'm really good with money, but finance is not my super strong point. Joseph, I'm trying to figure that out with my boss. So here were the questions that I asked him. Oh shoot, my phone locked. Okay, so I said, how does the House and Senate overwrite his veto? It takes a 2/3 vote by them to override. And I said, how fast can that happen? And he says, if he vetoes it, they could do it quickly, but then they have to be in session. So then I said, so does him not signing it mean it's not mean it's vetoed? And are they not in session? When will they be in session again? And what about CR, continued resolutions, and government shutdown? Yeah, at the end of that that speech he did, he was saying that he hopes to be the next one in office. Juanita says, go Trump. Y'all Americans know y'all feel like he do. Well, I certainly feel like we should get $2,000 stimulus checks, but I feel like the time to have done that would have been before it passed both the House and the Senate. Like, I don't understand why we're doing it this late in the game, this close to Christmas, this close to the programs expiring. I don't understand why, as the president, he didn't put pressure on them to like make a decision earlier. That's what I don't understand. Does this mean unemployment will stop? Jess Pokey Girl. It just means that there might be delays. I still think we're going to get benefits. I still think they're going to extend PUA. They're going to extend PEUC. I also, though, yesterday thought that the president was going to sign off on this bill. So what do I know? Yeah. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think that they would let that happen, but there may be gaps in payment, which I've actually been making videos about there being gaps in payment all along. So let's go through these gaps of payment. So first of all, after the bill is actually signed into law, or until it's passed by 2/3 vote by Congress, then, and this is what I was trying to research earlier for what I thought was going to be today's video, is guidance comes from the Department of Labor. But the Department of Labor, they can read the bill as it is now, but they're not going to put a lot of effort into it until it's actually officially passed. So after the bill becomes law, then the Department of Labor, like, they break it down. Like last time, even with the CARES Act, there was like questions and answers from each state. So each state will like meet with the Department of Labor, address their concerns and things like that. And then they will issue guidance to the unemployment offices on how to administer the new benefits. Then after the unemployment offices get that information, that's when they're going to reach out to their computer programmers. And it's not just a matter of changing the end date of programs like PUA. They have to recalculate claim balances. Now, they don't have to calculate everybody's claim balance, but for PUA, someone could get here in California anywhere, any dollar amount between $167 and $450. So they have to write a program that'll say, go through and find everybody who is making $167 and add this amount to their claim balance. And then for 168, 169, 170, 171, they have to write that code. And apparently our computers are really out of date. So that's the piece that's going to take some time. And apparently there was some weird program that the EDD here in California uses that makes it hard. Like it's an old program and not that many people even know how to program it anymore. Tell Snuggie, your wife, do you think jobs might ever come back like it was before, or is that going to be the new normal? That, I have to be honest, guys, that's another concern that I have. So even people that I know that are still working through this, they had their pay cut by 25%, which seems like a whole heck of a lot to me. That seems like a really big cut to me. Ben says, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if Trump turned on the nuclear football and held America. Please don't put even thoughts like that into the universe. Please. Please. Oh my goodness. Hi, Alicia. It's live saying he's threatening to veto. He hasn't vetoed the bill yet. He said he hasn't signed. How is that different? If you say I'm not going to sign, how is that different than actually vetoing it? Can someone explain that to me in the comments? Because, I really don't get that. And why would you say you're not going to sign it if you also weren't going to veto it? Okay, here's what my boss says. No. Oh, shoot. It popped off my computer. No, he has to actually sign a veto. Otherwise, it just sits there on the desk. I'm not sure if they're still in town. I imagine they were leaving after they got it passed. I think the government funding bill was separate as passed. So that's the one that avoids the shutdown. So everybody, I guess, has to go back to the White House. And of course, flying's super safe right now. Can you guys believe this? What? Okay, back to your comments. And then I'm going to have some wine, I think, at 5. It's dinner time, right? Happy hour, unhappy hour. Okay, let's read a couple of your comments and your thoughts on this. Okay, Congress is like a college freshman procrastinating writing a term paper until the day it's due, knowing they'll probably get a C-, barely above being a complete failure. Napier. I don't know if I said your Napier. Welcome to the Hunger Games. Because we're cowards, don't know history, and don't know who works for our government. I saw one from I Wonder. She's always commenting. You know what, you guys? This is bad news, but I'm happy to see people that are sort of friendly faces here in this chat, like I Wonder. My employment ran out November 27th and didn't qualify for PEUC. Can I get on PUA now? Yeah, probably, but you're going to have to call the EDD and request that. It was supposed to be automatic, but they didn't do it automatically. Alex says people do not understand we have to help all this country so that we could get a miserable $600. Well, they're trying for $2,000 now, apparently. Andrew says he's not signing. It might as well be a veto if it just remains on his desk forever, right? Not signing. Delays. Yep, delays. Sir Woods, what about unemployment? No, it's the whole bill. The bill contained all of it. The bill contained the rental assistance, the eviction ban. It's all one thing. It's all one thing. So he's not signing off on any of it. Kizaru says, LMFAO, Congress going on vacation. LMFAO, no. Sorry. I wasn't prepared to make this video. It just popped on. Okay. Brandon, I'm a faithful Democrat. Help with a Biden and Kamala Harris administration to bring them to the White House. And this is freaking ridiculous. 600 and 300. He got cut off. Brandon. And money goes to other countries. This is the only thing I agree with Trump on the last 4 years. America first. But wasn't this also attached to the omnibus bill? Wasn't this one big bill? And isn't that what they talk about when they talk about the CR and the continued resolutions? Don't they talk about like international and defense budget spending? So is that part of that? Like that, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, obviously, like we want to help America first, but like, what if that funding is because they have like super smart scientists there that are also working on a vaccine? Like, because our scientists are overloaded. I don't know. Like, I haven't read that part of the bill, so I don't know why that's in there. I know that sometimes there's things where on the surface, it looks like it wouldn't belong in there. And then when you find out the reason behind, you're like, oh, okay, that makes sense. So I would like to think that our elected politicians would only put stuff in there that made sense. But that would make too much sense. And apparently that's not how it works. Hey guys, if you like hearing me rant, like the video. Okay. The government's a joke. Let's see here. I'm skipping some comments. Oh, I wonder you're a guy. My bad. I don't know why. I guess I wonder is gender neutral. So yeah, now I know. Be on the lookout for that next time. You're a gentleman. All right. Pamela says Trump's fighting for Americans. The Max James show wants $2,000. It's drama. Hi, Vanessa. It's not vetoed. It's more like never sign. It must be vetoed for Congress to ask. Right. Yes, that's what my boss just explained to me. Otherwise, it just sits on the desk and I guess they can't do anything. Like I don't like much of that. Check out Oh No Show on YouTube. Okay, I will. Angel's Cooking Life. So what happens now since Trump doesn't want to sign? Does Congress go around him and do it anyway? So that's what my boss was just explaining to me, and that's what Vanessa was just explaining to me, is that until he vetoes it, they can't even go around him. So him just saying that he's not going to sign it is not even a veto, which, in case we missed the point of this, it just delays the process even longer. Fun to watch. What's fun to watch? Me ranting? All this drama? Not for me. I just want to have like a Merry Christmas in my Taco Bell jammies. Like, why is that so hard? Okay. This is crazy. Yes. Have you heard what all the money is being spent for? There's only 400 million people in America. Why 900 billion? I've heard of it, but I haven't read into that part. I looked at the unemployment stuff because that's what my channel's about. I looked at movie theater stuff because that's where I used to work. I looked at 401k because I'm still considering potentially cashing mine out to get me through until who knows when I'm back to work. And I love YouTube, but it's not quite paying the bills. And be honest about that. Hopefully one day it will, but it has not yet. So what's my point? So I lost my train of thought. The Max James show says calm down. That like there must be a reason for some of that spending in that bill, right? I don't know why some weird stuff's in there, but I would like to think that like it somehow ties in. But maybe I'm just naive on that. I've spent too much time in my Taco Bell jammies and not researching how politics really, really work. Because yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't look into that element of the bill. I looked at unemployment. I also looked at taxes because I'm hoping they'll forgive some of that boost that the California Unemployment Office was not able to take money out of. Let's see. Oh, Herbert Moon. He's also somebody that's comments on a lot of my videos. Let's see what he says. If he wanted that his way, he should have done this a whole time he was president. That's the other thing. He said recently that he would sign off on it and he knew what was in it. If I knew, and I'm not even that good at politics, like it was reported in every news, even if it was only 5 days ago, even if he didn't know like months and months and months ago what was going to wind up in this, He knew 5 days ago. So why didn't he kind of be in the negotiating room and just kind of like push them or nudge them gently in the direction that he wanted? I don't get it. Pamela. This bill was a steaming pile of words I'm not supposed to say on YouTube. Shark Life says, go Democrats. So not down. Says, someone correct me if I'm wrong. Many of the items Trump complained about were excessive, such as foreign aid, were not related to COVID. That's what I thought. I thought those were part of the omnibus bill, which is part of the continued relief, which they actually needed to talk about to keep the government funded through next September of 2021 anyway. I could have that wrong. I'm just going to be honest about that. JJ, you thought the riots a few months ago were bad. Don't riot. Kill them with kindness. And like coronavirus cases are on the rise. And I don't know. I mean, we as Americans should make our voices heard, but I prefer to do that by writing letters and calling the Congress people. He pardoned 15 people. Pelosi is the problem. Nancy just tweeted that the Republican Senate, hold on, oops, this sounds important. Nancy just tweeted, this is from Chelsea, I never can say that name right. Chelsea. Anyway, Nancy just tweeted that the Republican Senate would tell the Democrat Party how much the president wanted for direct checks. And she said that she's ready to go to the table for $2,000 checks. Hey, well, maybe this worked. Maybe it'll be a delay. We won't get them next week. Could this be good? Could it? Could. Maybe. Maybe. Let's see. We got to, I guess maybe I should have just been more patient and wait till what is actually in writing. Okay, Don says 600 isn't going to help anyone. He did, right? Okay. But it's going to be a delay. I just don't like the delay. I think that we've delayed and delayed and delayed and delayed. And that's the part that I don't understand. I don't understand why there wasn't more pressure on the Democrats and the Republicans to get this done way sooner instead of so close to when the whole well, not the whole program, but a lot of these programs expire. That's the piece that I don't get. Stephanie says, I don't think we need him to pass it. If it's an overwhelming majority, then they can just pass it without him, but it'll probably take more time. And Stephanie, that is true. But as my boss and Vanessa just informed me, he has to actually veto it first. And he hasn't done that. He's just said he's not going to sign it. And so my boss says it just sits there on his desk under that circumstances. All right, let me see if I've got any other news regarding this. I have another friend. Nope. They're probably all off talking about this with their sources as well. You're right. It's the omnibus. So don't they have to, like, don't we help foreign countries usually in like our overall spending package, not as part of the COVID package, as part of the COVID package? Yeah, to me, again, I haven't read it, but it would seem like it wouldn't make sense. But I don't think that the funding was part of that. I think it was just part of the omnibus. Wait, what? Mitch said no? Are you kidding, JJ? JJ, do you have a link? Mitch said no to the $2,000 stimulus checks like today, or like when it was brought up before in the past? Because that's another thing that I don't get. Like, the president needs to at least get even if he can't get Pelosi on board, why can't he get Mitch on board? Okay, Amber, if the bill does pass, is there any limitations on receiving the $300? No, not this time, at least not as it's written right now, but we don't know what's going to happen in the future. Mayor Bear says Rump is playing games. Napier says, and we are silly enough to pick sides. I'm trying not to pick sides. I just don't understand. I don't understand, because I just look at it from like my personal experience. And I think it's important to look at it not from my personal experience. But that's why I only looked up like unemployment, taxes, 401k, and movies, because like that's where I'm coming at this whole situation from. So yeah, I think I need to look outside of myself and look. I'm trying not to pick sides, but I do think that, you know, when I look at it from a perspective of being a boss, like if my employees were polishing, if there were fire in the popcorn machine, but they were like trying to get, you know, fan the smoke off the ceiling or something, which would probably make the fire get bigger, I'd be like, hey guys, don't do that. Like, go get the fire extinguisher and put the fire out that's in the popcorn kettle, you know? Like, so I don't understand why he let them focus on something that he wasn't going to stand behind. Does that make sense? Maybe I'm just like crazy and naive and just don't understand the government. I love your jammies, says Donna. Is Trump being a twit now? I don't know. Some people in the chat say yes, some people say no. Here's the thing. If we got a $2,000 stimulus check out of this, that would be great. And we also get at least the 11 weeks of unemployment, and we get the $300 boost that they were talking about. Then maybe this is for the better. But at minimum, every day that this doesn't get signed into a law is another day that it can't move on to the next step, which leads to actually getting the money in our hands. And so I don't think that's good. If they were saying the $600 could have reached us next week, now I'm feeling like it's too late, and I don't feel like that's possible. Yucky Music says, I agree, give the people the money. Yeah, and so that would be good. And maybe if it only delays it a few days, maybe we've waited this long, maybe the delay isn't that bad. Okay, Desi says, I'm sure we will get 2K because government can't access any money after December 28th, so most likely we will see 2K. So that would be great, and maybe the delay wouldn't be that bad then. Sometimes Trump says one thing and does another, so maybe he will change and sign the bill. Michael says we're not going to get 2K. Alicia, oh, let's see. Somebody sent me a sticker. Is there a comment with it? Oh my goodness. Human Training. Thank you so much. Human Training says, epic fail. And Epic Training donated to the channel, which you certainly don't have to do. It does support the channel, and I appreciate it very much, but I completely get that we're all broke and actually waiting on money. So thank you very much, Human in Training. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Nope, now I don't know how to click off the sticker, though. Boop. How do I minimize it? Okay, I don't know. Oh, there we go. Oh, wait, is there a question there? No. Let me know, Human in Training, if you have a question. Oh, no. Well, I've lost the questions, and I'm done. I've been on here for like an hour, which I didn't mean to do. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for explaining it to me. I don't want to take sides. I just am like being clear about the elements of this that are confusing to me. I like to get it all figured out, and I can't so much. Well, now there's a sad crying hippo that got sent in the chat. Okay, Life with Jason says, well, yep, just helping my. Oh, thank you, thank you, Human in Training. I'm gonna actually try and pay that forward in some way. I don't know if you guys remember, I'll probably make a video about this, but I was going to donate to the National Suicide Lifeline, because when people are stressed about their finances, unfortunately, the suicide rate increases. And so I was going to donate all the money for that video, and I didn't quite hit the goal that I wanted. So I think the video in total made like $75, and I want to donate them at least $100. So I'm going to probably use your donation to bridge that gap. So thank you, Human in Training. I'm going to try and pay it forward. All right. Black Snow, when will this be set in stone? When he either vetoes it or signs it. Adriana says, Pelosi just responded with, okay, let's add the $2,000. Let's add it. But he wants the other stuff out that I think is part of the omnibus deal. Adriana, oh no, I just read hers. Chelsea says unemployment ends the 26th, and that's what's worrying people. Millions will lose benefits. So you guys, if you've watched some of my other videos, like it said like, is it too late with like a thought bubble, which was maybe not my best choice for thumbnail. But that video was over a week old, and the news sources were already saying at that point that it's going to take between 3 and 8 weeks to get these computer programs up and running, because they don't just have to change the end date. They also have to bump everybody's claim balance up. They have to like refill it with 11 extra weeks, and everybody's weekly benefit amount is different, which means everybody's claim balance is different, which means it's going to take some time. And here in California, our system's really outdated, and the program's really old, and there's not even that many programmers that know how to do it. So that's what's going to take some time. So there are going to be some gaps, most likely. I don't know for sure, but other news sources, Politico reported that, and then like USA Today also reported that, and I think a few other news sources reported that there were going to be some delays. So it's just possible. So maybe, if you're about to be late on something, contact your landlord, contact your people that you're paying your car payments, contact your creditors and see if they'll work with you. Yes, abolisher. Pelosi just said they would add more money and take away money from illegal immigrants. I kind of spoke a little bit earlier. The people that didn't have Social Security numbers weren't going to get money anyway. Democrats asked for more. Republicans nickel and dimed. Chris sent me some kissy faces. Xavier said they should hire the inmates that's been screwing them to help the EDD. You might be onto something. They would probably be better at answering our questions than some of the EDD reps. Ben says, all this news got me stressed. I've been stressing all quarantine. When I shake my head too much, my extra skin jiggled. Wendy says, no vaccines for me, period. I'm covered by the mighty blood of Jesus, our Savior. My mom's too allergic to everything to take the vaccine. Who's illegal? So they were saying that they're not, like, so I gave an example, like if I go to Mexico, I fall in love, I bring him back, we have kids, 2 kids, and we get married here and maybe start the process of him becoming a legal citizen. Like, he wouldn't get a stimulus check, but I would, and my 2 kids would. So that's what people are saying. That's who might not get it. I think people in that situation, families who had someone that wasn't legal in their family, didn't get stimulus checks. Do I have that right? I might have that wrong also. Margaret, no unemployment, just probably delays. 2 or 3 kids. I don't have any kids. I think Trump's hyping this up. Could be. We don't know yet. I hate Trump, but great for the 2K. I buy 2 litter robots for your fur babies. I love fur babies. Okay, paid in full says, what does it mean if my benefit says it ends on December 31st? Does it end on that day? We do think that whenever this bill passes, that things will be extended. I like the little duck emojis. We think it'll be extended. And they'll probably give you a new expiration date, but there might be gaps in weeks where you get paid while they're extending that program. Boy, I really look terrible, you guys. I just jumped on. I tried to. My hair's all okay. Sorry. Yes, you might be Wendy. Don't forget your free shot. 2 for free. I'm not exactly looking forward to it either, but I think I would take it. I had Bell's palsy as a child, and you guys have heard that like that's a side effect. So what would happen is, like, when I would smile, like this side would go up and this side would do nothing. And my mom took me to the doctor and they said that that's what it is, and it just went away. And then my coworker had that. I was like, you got to get checked out. And like, I think it just goes away on its own, but I actually have some concerns since I had it when I was little. Like, would this shot cause me to have it again? And then maybe it wouldn't go away. I do want to look more into the vaccine, and luckily I'm not like, I wouldn't be one of the first ones to get it, but I think I'd take it. I mainly want to protect my mom, and I know she can't take it. Anyway, that's way down the road. Right now, I just want to know, when we're getting the money. That's what I want to know. Gloria says that only works if you do your taxes together and one parent does not have a social. Oh, okay. So if you do your taxes separately, then the families could still get it and for the kids. So basically you would have wanted to file your 2019 taxes separately, and then the mom and the two kids would still get the stimulus check. So why is the part about the families in there at all? Because probably my guess would, right, because kids are pretty good tax deductions from what I understand. So probably weren't they filing their taxes like that anyway? So yeah, that could go. I'm okay. You can hate Biden, but I'm sure he'll take his money. I'll take anybody's money, but not human and trainings. Not your money. I'll take your money in terms of views, but hang on to your money. Save your money. Da, 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 da. I think the EDD was trying to put us back on PEUC after we just got on Fed Ed will be a mess. Like that show called Hoarders. I had heard today, this is what I was researching and trying to confirm, that they actually might make you finish all your weeks of Fed Ed, and after that, if the program was still available, the extra 11 weeks, then they would put you back on the PEUC. I have been hearing, and I don't know if it's true. I want to just make that clear. I don't know if it's true, but what I saw today was that they were going to make people finish out their Fed Ed claims and go from there. Thanks, Chris. Thanks for saying I look all right. I feel like a bum. You guys are getting the true Shelly, those of you that are in this chat. Okay. Does this cancel our? It doesn't cancel it. Everything's just delayed. So it's all back up in the air again. We're right back to he says this and she says that. And they all, Biden wants stimulus, Trump wants stimulus, Pelosi wants stimulus, Mitch McConnell wants stimulus, everybody wants stimulus. Nobody's doing what actually needs to happen so that we get stimulus. That's what's happening. So it doesn't cancel it. It just means it's going to take a while for us to get, but it was going to take a while anyway. But this pushes it out even further. Inga says, can I recap what's happening? If you're on Fed Ed, they want you to finish it, but it would be with the boost. But yes, that's what I'm hearing. Again, I don't know this for sure. This was just some of the talk on some of the message boards. It was saying that that's how it would be handled. But again, we actually, first we need something to pass, then the Department of Labor, which is abbreviated the DOL, and people just call it the dole. Then the dole needs to kind of take questions from states about things like, well, what happens to people on Fed Ed? And after that, then they give the states guidance on how to roll these programs out and about like all these questions that they might not know the answers to. And then after the dole gives the guidance, that's when all the different unemployment offices call in their computer programs and start updating like the information in the computer. So that's why there's going to be delays. And it's not just changing the end date of these programs. It's like readjusting everybody's claim balance. And since everybody's weekly benefit amount is different, all the claim balances are different. Ben says, if California unemployment falls below 6% before mid-March, do they put Fed Ed people on PEUC? Possibly. Yes, possibly. I don't see it falling below 6% before mid-March. I actually think it's going up, because they're talking about extending the stay-at-home order again or longer. Aw, no. Napier, no. Juanita, get money to Americans. Yes. Gloria, oh my God, so sorry to hear my husband lasted 2 months and it was due to stress. Juicing did wonders. Okay. I'm not sure what that's in regards to, but I'm glad your husband did well with, about what? Anyway, I'm glad your husband did well with juicing, but I'm not sure what that's in regards to. Okay, Rich Guillermo. PEUC ends the 26th, but will certify for it on the 27th. Xavier says, I got my last unemployment check on the 20th. Also says I need to file a new claim. Weird. So since we are kind of in flux right now, I don't know what to advise you on that. I would call your unemployment office and say, hey, should I open a new claim or should I wait? Where am I? I don't know. I lost my place. I'm going to go. Yeah. let's end this on Lori's comment. It's just being adjusted. Everyone calm down. So I'm sorry if I got a little hyper. But I wanted you guys to know. I wanted you guys to know that I was wrong. Yesterday's video where I said, "Oh, I'm sure this is going to pass." It has not passed yet. Da, 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 da. I'll answer Sean's too. Sean says, "What happens now to our checks? They'll just be delayed, and they'll either go up and be $2,000, and we'll all probably be happy that this happened, or it'll get overruled kind of once the president vetoes it, and we would still get what we were going to get, and the bill will pass as is." Oh, magic learn, create with purpose says hello from Germany. Hello. Oh, thank you for wishing us well. And Vanessa, a video too about this news. It's so bad. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I didn't want to, obviously, since I'm not like really dressed for this, I just wanted to pop on and do it live. All right, guys, I'm going to go do some more research about all of this. I probably will not do another video tonight. Probably will do one tomorrow. All right. Thank you guys for venting and sharing your thoughts with me and all of this. Tisha, I'm just frustrated because I don't get it. I just really don't get it. All right. I'm going to go do some research. Have a good night, you guys. Try not to stress out too much. I'm sorry if this video stressed you guys out. I'm not sure if I'm going to leave this up or not because I feel like it was a little crazy. And yeah. All right, you guys. See you tomorrow. Bye.